Hair is looking like total garbage because I haven't been to the salon in a couple of weeks, but it's all good. As you guys can see, I got some new glasses that makes me look like a straight fucking nerd. I love them. But unfortunately, I can't really wear these for a prolonged period of time. It's the same prescription I've had for years, but everything looks dizzy. I put these bitches on and I just feel fucking dizzy. Not to the point where I got a headache, but that's just a sign that the prescription is now too strong. Um, Glasses are a tool, corrections are a tool. All they do is amplify whatever your base is. Some people's base stats, as you gamers would say, are so strong that they don't need correction at all. And I don't need corrections. I can see perfectly fine without my glasses. I just like having Superman vision. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't really wear these as much as I would like to. Even though I like the nerdy look, the prescription is too strong now. So yeah, at some point I gotta drive back down and tell them I need a weaker prescription if I actually want to wear these glasses. Now, of course, I could just get these glasses and not have a prescription on them at all, but who doesn't like Superman vision, right? And this is kind of what I wanted to get into, man. You know, I got people. I know you guys hate when I use this as an example, but guess what? Emotions are natural, and pain is a natural emotion. Anger is a natural emotion. You guys have these emotions for a reason. It enrages y'all when I use this as an example because the truth fucking hurts, okay? I've got people who can't even tell the difference between a man and a woman coming on my channel trying to tell me that I'm wrong. I got people who can't even tell the difference between a man and a woman. People who can't even tie their own shoelaces. People who can't even find their own house on a map. Coming on my channel saying I'm speaking conspiracy theories. Proven facts are not a theory. But I know a lot of you guys that disagree, y'all have never opened up a dictionary a day in your lives because you can't read. I get it. Illiteracy is at an all-time high right now, which is ironic because people are on their phones more than ever. But dudes don't even know the difference between a theory and a fact. Okay? If you go talk to an eye doctor right now, they're going to lie to you either because they themselves just don't know, which is 90% of the time, or because they want you to continue being a customer. Okay? They're going to tell you that you can't improve your base vision. They're going to tell you that the only way to improve your vision is with corrections. Now, a lot of them legitimately just don't know any better. But I use my eyes as an example a lot of the time because as human beings, we see the world through our eyes. I went 24 years without knowing how bad my eyes were. Y'all used to make fun of me calling Grover a blue dog when he was pink, right? I used to get made fun of in video games. In World of Tanks, we have a color chart: red, yellow, green, blue, purple. Is a skill hierarchy. And when I was new to the game, I couldn't tell the difference between blue and purple. They looked the same to me. So when I was playing the game, I didn't like. All I know is that if you were blue, you were good because I couldn't see the purple. As a purple player myself, as a super purple player myself, you know, now I would feel insulted if somebody confused me with a blue player. But that's just the progress, man. The main reason I make my videos is because when I was a child and I started this path, I had nobody to help me. Nobody. The one dude in the thumbnail says that I get all my information from DJ Hives. I've only read one of his books. And the one book I read, Die Sheep Will Die, which I would recommend for y'all to read, he doesn't cover this stuff. He covers the ruling elites, and he covers one symbol. He doesn't cover that the human body doesn't need to age. He doesn't cover that the human body can recover from everything. He doesn't cover that humans can live a lot longer than the ruling class has told you. The people that rule over you are a lot older than you think they are. DJ Hives doesn't cover any of this in the one book of his that I've read. Now, it's a good book. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to discredit DJ Hives. He makes good material. One of my friends has read several of his books, and the first time I met him in person, shout out to Mr. Dan, he showed me one of DJ Hives' books, which was written in several different languages at once. It was an interesting read. But I'm not like you guys. I don't go to man for knowledge for any prolonged period of time. Now, there's nothing wrong with using another human as a stepping stone in order to further your knowledge. But at some point, you need to grow as an individual. Okay? The difference between good and excellent is excellence can learn on their own, while good can only learn through the teachings of others. Okay? If you live your life relying on somebody else to teach you, you're opening up your hands to be deceived further on down the line. Not necessarily because people were just always malicious, but because somebody could intend to help you, but they themselves have wrong information, so now they're regurgitating it to you. And unless you develop the ability to have critical thinking skills on your own, you're at the mercy of other people's information. Okay? Nobody helped me when I was a child. Nobody could help me when I was a child. If I tried to ask somebody as a kid, how do I live longer than everybody else, they would tell me follow God, follow Jesus, or some bullshit, or wait 60 years until liver fuck, it's just useless because they themselves didn't know. If I asked somebody as a child, how do I make my base vision better, they would tell me to go to the eye doctor. And then the eye doctor would lie and say that you can't improve your base vision. If I ask somebody, how do I start seeing all the colors that I could never fucking see before? How do I see purple? How do I see pink? How do I see indigo? How do I see violets? They would tell me to go to the eye doctor, and the eye doctor would lie because he himself didn't know. Oh, that's not possible. You're stuck with the colors you can see from birth forever. This is my real life, man. It's not a conspiracy theory when this is actually happening to me. And people hate when I flex my muscles, right? But this is just half of it, okay? Besides being jacked, my physical athletic performance has surpassed that of when I was a teenager, man. And I was a pretty good athlete as a teenager. Got a couple trophies, got a couple medals, was the captain my senior year. I was a pretty good athlete when I was a teenager, and I've surpassed that. And people will tell you that in your 30s, you can't surpass what you were in your teenage years because your body's aged and all that bullshit. I got people that come on my channel that say that I need to settle for old busted trash. I need to go for women my age. I need to go for women who have aged for 30 years when I don't have to. Everything about my life has only improved since I started taking this path, and it's improved exponentially around 2021 when I realized the final step I was missing. That you can't, well, I mean, you can, You can tell another human being what to do, but the consequence of that is you'll never get it. I don't ban people just because they disagree with me. I ban people who say that I'm telling false information or say they disagree, but they can't even articulate what the disagreement was. He called what I was saying a conspiracy theory, but he didn't explain. This is the thing about, because I know exactly who this guy is, right? I've banned like 6 of his accounts now, and the last account that I just banned, he kind of snitches on himself in the username Geisha Enjoyer or whatever, because I know the game this dude plays. Narcissists will never be direct with you. They're gonna talk in what I've learned is called narcissistic word salad. They're never gonna directly say what specific piece of information they disagree with and why it's wrong. That's why I ban these people. When I was younger, y'all remember the videos, I used to argue with these people. I don't argue with them anymore because there's no point. Once you understand how severe these diseases are, you see there's no point in engaging with them, and they can't make you engage with them because they know better. These people they're not brave people. These people have a good idea of where I live, and they've accused me of crimes, they've accused me of all kinds of shit, but I'm outside every day. I just fucking ordered my winter mask. I just fucking ordered. Oh, that's not it. But I ordered my winter mask. I ordered my winter thermal. I'm outside every day, man. I'm outside every day training. I'm outside every day working. I'm outside every day socializing, interacting with the world, right? These people hate my guts so much, and I'm very easy to find. Literally all you would need to do is show up to Baltimore and ask for the black guy with the hair. Somebody will point you in the right direction, okay? But narcissists don't do direct confrontations. They know better. What better way to tear down somebody's mask than to give them a few black eyes? And I know exactly who this guy is. But it's cool. I don't ban people for disagreeing with me. The dude is on walk-ins here, right? Because he made a couple videos about me, and I did try to watch one of them. He turned his camera on, and he looked exactly how I thought he looked. He looked exactly how I thought he looked. And made me kind of sad. I'm like, damn, the inner voice is overpowered. He really is the physical incarnation of what he talks like. I gave it 2 minutes. I was waiting to see if he would address directly about why he's friends with 5 different people who are guilty of what he accuses me of. And he never does, and he never will. So, stopped watching the video, didn't bother watching anything else from that dude. They're never gonna directly articulate what specifically they disagree with. They're gonna type generic comments. Oh, I disagree. Oh, I don't always agree with you. Oh, you're not right. Okay, well, what am I wrong about? They're never gonna directly say what I'm wrong about, and they're never gonna directly try to articulate why that thing is wrong. A year ago, because people kept bitching about me to unprivate my old Toontown videos, I made a video challenging you people. Prove one thing I've said on video wrong, and I'll unprivate all my videos. Nobody has ever done that. Why? See, when you're on the I agree, I disagree tier, this gives you plausible deniability. When you don't want to directly address facts as facts and truth as truth and real life results as real life results, it gives you plausible deniability. But guess what? You run You run until you hit a brick wall. I said something on a video 2 years ago that those of you people who never leave the house, your parents will eventually die. And you will eventually have to start living in the real world. And after I said that, a couple of days later, one of my exes, her dad dies. And I know she saw the video because after that happened, she went on her sister's account and blocked me on her sister's account. And, I mean, her sister unblocked me later on. And I verified what happened. But don't get angry at me. All I'm doing is telling you guys the natural truth. I'm gonna make a live stream talking about what I'm about to say, so I don't want to talk too much about it in this video. But at 18, even though you're a legal adult, you know nothing about being an adult and you know everything about being a child. At 25, the realities of being an adult finally sets in. She was close to 25 when I made that video. Because I made that video 2 years ago. I was 29. She's 4 years younger than me. Yeah, so she was 25. Yeah, see? When you're 25, the realities of being an adult finally set in. But guess what? You don't have until you're 25. You really don't even have until you're 18. Okay? Your ancestors were conquering land as 13, 14, 15-year-old men. They began thinking as an adult long before 18 because they had to. They had to in order to survive. If they thought as a child until they were 18, they would have fucking starved. Teenager is a word that was invented by modern society, funny enough. There's a whole book on that. But the reality is, modern society, because it coddles people, people believe that they can prolong learning the truth. They really believe that they got 18, 25, 30 years to just waste their lives, and they don't think any negative consequences are going to happen as a result of that. But then they see a guy like me getting real results. They say, I disagree. Okay, what do you disagree with? Oh, well, I mean, I don't have to give you an answer. I just don't agree with everything you say. Okay, well, what do you disagree with? Skip the narcissistic word salad. What specifically do you disagree with? They never say. And then the few that do say, they never articulate why they think is wrong. Why is a proven fact wrong? Now, unfortunately, I don't know how to draw. I wish I could draw the difference in my vision so y'all see how I used to see and how I see now. But that's okay. I don't need to draw shit. There has been a few of you who have gone all the way, who have begun getting these real life results yourself. Keep it up. There was an individual named Jules Verne who found my channel 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago. And he said that I'm the only person on YouTube who tries to get rid of his audience. Yeah. I'm not trying to build a cult. What I'm trying to do is only attract people who have gotten it or who can get it in the future. I don't want to hang around weak energy. So I would prefer a lot of you people to just fuck off, respectfully. I'm not trying to convince anybody of shit because my channel is not about y'all coming to me for knowledge. My channel is about y'all using me as a stepping stone and then obtaining the rest of the knowledge yourself. And then the one dude in the thumbnail was saying that even Jerdy has broken free from your cult. He hasn't been here in a while. He literally just typed like 10 comments on my page a week ago. One dude even told him to chill out, little bro, because he was typing so much. Shout out to Jetty. But I ain't trying to make a cult, man. I'm trying to make videos that can help show people who can get it a different path. Nobody helped me as a child, and I'm not angry about that. In a way, it was a good thing because I got to the strength that I've gotten to on my own. So in a way, it's a good thing nobody helped me. But at the same time, it also does bother me. It also does bother me that in modern, because the thing is, the YouTube game is different. It's not like it was 15 years ago. DJ Hives is one guy y'all know about because I speak about him on my channel. There was a point in time where there used to be a lot of different DJ Hives. Now there's none. He's the only one left, and he doesn't even make videos anymore. He still makes books, but you gotta know how to find him to get any of his books now, other than Die Sheep Will Die, which is free online. Well, I mean, yeah, it did bother me that pretty much nobody is on YouTube talking about this stuff anymore. So I decided to do something about it because I'm not like you guys, right? I don't just sit in a corner in a basement complaining about stuff. I do something about stuff I have a problem with. But yeah, man. You can disagree with me. That by itself is not going to get you banned. But if you do disagree, specifically say what you disagree with and articulate why it's wrong. The reason none of y'all do that is because how can you prove a fact wrong? But I like being proven wrong because it helps me further my knowledge. So please, if you disagree, comment specifically what you disagree with and why what I've said is, and you got to articulate why it's wrong. Nobody who disagrees with me is going to do that because now you're opening up the possibility that you can be proven wrong, and narcissists don't like to be proven wrong because their whole existence is about their image. That's why they'll type entire essays about this morality bullshit while violating all of their own rules of morality themselves. I keep it simple. I ain't got no fucking morals. I got a natural emotional response. And me being bothered by the fact that there's really nobody on YouTube showing people this path anymore, that's not morals. That's a natural emotional response. I feel it here, so I want to do something about it. But yeah, man, catch you guys in the next video. I gotta drink my tea, then I gotta start training. Catch y'all later.